Despite a massive marketing campaign from Warner Brothers surrounding The Flash, where they paid a bunch of celebrities to tell everybody it's one of the best superhero movies they've ever seen, it ended up being a complete and total disaster at the box office, and one of the biggest flops we've ever seen, not just for DC or Warner Brothers, but for all of Hollywood. The Flash movie suffers worst box office flop in DCEU superhero history. This is a movie that costs so much money. You're talking over $300 million, plus however much they put into marketing, which people estimate between 100 and 150 million, and it flopped for them at the box office. But not only is it a disaster for them on that front, but it seems like fans and critics weren't the only ones who are a little bit upset with what they saw when it came to The Flash, but in fact someone who had a history with one of the characters, actually more than one of the characters that appeared in that movie, and that is Tim Burton. Tim Burton, who obviously did Batman 89, did Batman Returns with Michael Keaton, and ended up working on a failed Superman movie that was supposed to feature Nicolas Cage. He doesn't seem very happy with what Warner Brothers or DC has done with his characters. Take a look at this. Tim Burton doesn't seem happy his Superman and Batman appeared in The Flash. Michael Keaton and Nicolas Cage reprised the roles in this year's DC superhero film. And again, it ended up in complete and total disaster. And Tim Burton, not afraid to throw some shade at Warner Brothers and at DC for what they did to his characters. Tim Burton calls out Warner Brothers over The Flash. Look at this still image. Holy shit. Veteran director Tim Burton spoke to British Film Institute about the use of his and Nicolas Cage's Superman in The Flash. The 2023 superhero movie, which also contained an appearance by Burton's Batman Michael Keaton, saw Cage's Superman battling a giant spider as the multiverse began to collapse. When asked if he had any regrets over the cancellation of Superman Lives, Burton remarked that he had none, but the fact that he didn't get to make the film resulted in a lasting impact. No, I don't have any regrets. I will say this, when you work that long on a project and it doesn't happen, it affects you for the rest of your life because you get passionate about things and each one is an unknown journey and it wasn't there yet. But it's one of those experiences that never leaves you a little bit. Burton proceeded to throw a bit of shade at Warner Brothers and DC's way, noting that he's in quiet revolt due to what he deems a cultural misappropriation of his Superman and Batman that he had a hand in bringing to life through their inclusion in The Flash. Here's the quote that goes right after the studio. But also, it goes into another AI thing, and this is why I think I'm over it with the studio. They can take what you did, Batman or whatever, and culturally misappropriate it, or whatever you want to call it. Even though you're a slave of Disney or Warner Brothers, they can do whatever they want. So in my latter years of life, I'm in quiet revolt against all of this. Certainly doesn't seem like he's very happy that Michael Keaton and a bastardized CGI version of Nicolas Cage appeared in The Flash. There's a lot of things that people aren't happy about when it comes to The Flash, to be quite honest with you, whether it's Ezra Miller in general, whether it's the route they decided to take, what happened to Supergirl and Superman, all of these things, whether the movie should have even been made, period, the way that DC has constructed this entire universe. And it ended up being a massive, massive failure for them, losing hundreds of millions of dollars. And it looks like you've even upset somebody who, when you look at those movies, right, criticize all you want, the Michael Keaton movies, the older Batman movies, there is a lot of love for those movies. Batman 89, Batman Returns, there's a lot of love for that, and for Tim Burton for bringing that to life on the big screen. So for him to go after the studio, to throw shade at Warner Brothers and DC, and Disney, ironically, even though they didn't have anything to do with this particular project, it's very, very telling. Let me know your thoughts about all this in the comments section below. Smash a like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, share this video out there, and I'll talk to you later.